George Wagner, the fourth trial day. I don't know what, and neither does the news outlet, because they've quit putting day number 36 or whatever, because none of us have any fucking idea what day number this trial is. This is the testimony from Christmas tree. Sorry, squirrel. This is the testimony from today, November 10th, 2022. Thursday. We do not have court tomorrow because it's Veterans Day, which means today is the Marines' birthday. Happy birthday, Marines. If you are a Marine, no Marine, they're all probably fucking hammered. I'm probably not watching this video. So tomorrow's Veterans Day. Make sure you tell a veteran Happy Veterans Day and appreciate the veterans in your life and the ones you don't know, because we are getting away from that in this country, and honestly, it kind of pisses me off a little bit. Anyway, so today we started out with a defense witness, because I don't know why I keep saying defense like that. Defense is like football. Defense is like court. So maybe that's just my hillbilly accent, but whatever. So the defense had a witness today, again, because they had witnesses coming in from around the country. The one from today was from Colorado. So he flew in, and then we went back to wiretaps. First today, we had defense witness Jonathan Priest, a forensic analysis and instructor from Colorado. Nash did his interrogation. That's not the word either. I don't fucking know. Nash did his questioning today. So we got to see my friend Rachel's favorite person in action. I guess this guy did a secondary analysis on the crime scenes with blood smears and spatter. Sorry, I messed that up. I hit the button and I wasn't sure if it was recording or not. Turns out it wasn't. So, yay me. This guy said through his analysis of the evidence, he thought it was possible that one person could have committed these crimes completely by himself. He said the drag marks could have been completed by one person. Gary was dragged first, Chris Sr. second. And the narrow path taken by the killer down the hallway had no disturbances in the forms being knocked over or moved. In addition, he noted a lack of multiple footprints overlaying one another or movement in multiple directions that he thinks would have indicated more than one person. He said the prints that he saw indicated travel from the bedroom out to the living room, and that he couldn't rule out multiple people, but the crimes could have been committed by just one person. They also played several videos of this guy test firing a .40 caliber Glock to see if you could see the flash from through the windows. Jake testified that he saw a flash when his father fired the shots inside the trailer. They did ultimately decide that you could have seen it after sundown, but that you likely couldn't because of other light pollution. This guy also said that through all the other crime scenes that these could have been committed by the same person as well. I head over to the next part. I'm just going to start these over. This will be part 1 and part 2 for his cross-examination. George Wagner, the fourth trial day. Who knows? Wiretap day 2, part 2. During cross-examination, Andrew Wilson, who's special prosecutor, I like him a lot. I like when he does the examinations and the cross-examinations. He focused on debunking Priest's findings, picking apart the draft report that he'd put together. Priest had known he would testify Thursday for 10 days, and he prepared the report that he used in the testimony in June based on evidence he was sent in January. Wilson wanted to know why in an 8-person homicide case, he only presented a draft report. Priest said typically after submitting that draft, he has a back and forth discussion with the defense attorneys, which didn't happen in this case. In this report, Priest wrote that he believed Chris Sr. was standing on the front porch of the home, not in the doorway or inside the door, like the other witnesses, including the coroner, testified. When Andrew Wilson pointed out that there was no blood on the porch, but Priest said he wouldn't have expected to see any because wounds take time before they begin bleeding. And he said Chris Sr. made it back into the trailer before the bleeding began. Sir, that is a high caliber rifle. There is going to be fucking blood splatter right behind his ass immediately after being shot. Now, this is not me talking shit about Chris Roden. Please don't take that as a personal thing against Chris Roden. This guy is clearly a really fucking stupid medical examiner. I hope he's not in charge of something. So he pointed out a couple of rounds that had been shot into the trailer that had abnormal bullet holes. Priest agreed and said the shape of the holes indicated that the bullets had begun to tumble because they'd been disrupted by something. In his report, Priest said that the something that disrupted them was Chris Sr. himself. Wilson pointed out there was no blood spatter on the outside of the home and asked whether something else could have caused the effect, and said, what if the round had to punch through an oil filter? Priest said, oh, absolutely. If you remember, they were using oil filters as homemade silencers. Priest said that the wooden shards that were in Chris's forehead came from wooden pieces from a pile of flooring stacked on the porch of the home. Priest says he believes the bullets that hit the flooring fractured and sprayed Chris Sr. while he was standing on the front porch. He was shown a picture of the flooring struck by bullets and zoomed in on the damage, realizing the flooring was composite with a faux wood finish, not actual wood. They then showed him pictures of the inside of the door frame, which was wood, and it was splintered and broken from bullet holes, and asked whether the damage was consistent with projectiles coming through it, and Priest said that yes, it was. He also pointed out in a lot of other testimony about the shoes that there were 2 different left shoe prints that were 2 different sizes. So that would indicate that there was more than one as well. Head over to part 3. George Wagner IV, second day of wiretaps and other testimony, part 3. When asked about the 2 different size left shoes, Priest said he didn't have the shoes to cross compare. Andrew Wilson argued that wasn't necessary to determine there were 2 different size left shoe prints. Like, it doesn't matter what type of shoe, the sizes are going to be consistent. Andrew Wilson also said the number of weapons fired at the scene could indicate more than one person, and Priest agreed that it could. Andrew Wilson finished up his cross-examination by pointing out to the jury that Priest had never visited the crime scenes or examined the evidence in person. So this was the only defense witness for today. After this, Julia Eveslage, I'll learn it maybe by the end of this trial. She came back to the stand to finish playing the remainder of the wiretap recordings for the jury. 11 recordings and 1 text message were presented. The first was a recording made from a listening device in the R&L truck with Jake and George were in together. This one was from July 5th, 2018, was difficult to hear and polluted with road noise, but surprise, surprise, they're still arguing about Beth. Jake was still being yelled at by his brother George for putting George and Jake's children, Bullvine and Sophia, in danger by leaving them in a house with Beth. God, there's too many names in this fucking case. Who had allegedly, according to Sophia, touched her inappropriately, even though Sophia later retracted that. That the family didn't need any ammo to think that. They would have thought that anyway, whether the child said it or not. Second recording is a call between Angela and her mother, Rita Newcomb. Both had already been subpoenaed for handwriting samples, and Angela said before they arrived, they needed to have both attorneys with them in case investigators wanted to ask further questions. Angela offered to call an attorney for her mother, and she said she already had one lined up. On July 15th, 2018, George and Angela spoke on the phone, speculating what might happen if any of them were arrested. Angela said investigators didn't have any evidence tying the Wagners to the murders, but they needed witnesses. The two speculated about family members, surmising none of them would likely testify against the Wagner family in court. None of them were going to testify against you in court? How'd that work out for you? Oh, wait. Not only did your brother testify against you in court, so did your own fucking mother. And your grandmother. Fucking moron. Angela said, quote, I don't know why they think mom's going to be a witness, referencing Rita Newcomb. Rita Newcomb absolutely fucking testified against them. And Rita was the first to confess that she was involved with this and her involvement in it. And she did testify against her grandson, and she will also testify against the other family members. So fuck you, George. And fuck you too, Jake and Angela. And you too, Billy. I didn't forget about your methed up ass. And Frederica Wagner, I hate to break it to you, sweetheart, but you ain't going to heaven. Go over to the next part. I think it's part 4. Yeah, part 4, I think. I genuinely despise the whole ad story thing that TikTok has added. I don't fucking care. I'm not keeping a story going on TikTok. So I just filmed a whole 3-minute video that I just had to screen record because you can't stop it from uploading and like save it as an actual video. So love that for me. Anyway, this is part 4 of the second day of wiretaps. I don't remember where we ended on the last one. So we're going to start here. July 20th, George and Angela spoke on the phone about attorneys. George implied his paternal grandmother, Frederica, had indicated she would choose attorneys for the family members. George said no matter what the best attorney they could hire should represent Angela so she could have a higher chance at getting to take care of the children. The rest of us can screw ourselves, said George. I don't care what my grandmother says. It's going to be yours. I'll go in and do it without one. I don't care. Later the same day, Angela spoke to Jake on the phone. and told him the advice of his attorney was to not talk to anyone or answer any more questions from investigators. He was also advised against getting angry or losing control and should tell his brother the same. Angela said, quote, "We probably got bed bugs, so watch what you say." Of course, bed bugs would be somebody listening in. On July 24th, George and Angela spoke, with George trying to convince his mother to consider a move out west. This was trying to play along with the whole, to disprove what the defense said in opening statements, that George didn't like his family, didn't get along with them, and was trying to get away from them. They selected this wiretap to prove otherwise. Sorry, I'm getting tired of holding this thing, so it's like balanced on my keyboard. Let's see. George also suggested someone he was interested in having a relationship with move with the family if they were to move out west, but Angela wasn't keen on the idea. She pointed out that Beth had claimed to understand the family too, and things hadn't worked out well at all. On July 28th, George texted a woman he'd met in Alaska. George said, "Are you okay with the fact that I'm really close with my family? I know it's weird for most people, but family is all we really have in life." So, he was real not close with his family and trying to distance himself, whatever. August 11th, 2018, Angela and George spoke about the murder investigation and a bug detector George ordered to try to locate listening devices the family believed could have been planted in their home. Julia testified that no homes were bugged by BCI, only phones and vehicles. And finally, on August 24th, George called Angela to talk about a farm he found online for sale that the family might like moving to by the end of 2018. However, all 4 members of the family would be arrested first. Head over to the last part, final thoughts. Prosecution rested their case today. Today is November 10th. It is a Thursday, but we do not have court tomorrow or Monday. So we have a break before the defense will start presenting their witnesses, which is technically not true because they've already presented a couple. They were ones that flew in from out of state, so they were able to present them when they did come in. So we are done. We are caught up for the first time in like a month and a fucking half. But we are caught up. That is all the wiretaps, all the text messages. Next, we will get into the defense witnesses. I do not know who all they're calling. I'm sure I could dig around in the Facebook groups a little bit and find out, because y'all know way more than me. And for some reason, you still watch mine to learn things, even like I didn't learn it from you, but whatever. Don't take a shot every time I say whatever in these videos, because you will die. So, final thoughts on the wiretaps. They did a great job at proving that George was in fact close with his family, that George had no intention of leaving his family, and that George was trying to get rid of Beth so that their family could go back to somewhat of a normal state. Again, fuck you, George. All your little "they won't turn on us." Yeah, they fucking did. Yeah, they did. Your own brother turned on you. Your own mother turned on you. The back scratcher extraordinaire turned on your ass and testified against you in court as a witness for the prosecution. She was not in there defending your ass. She was there to throw your ass under the bus and then slam on the gas pedal to run you over. How does that feel? How does that feel? Do you feel betrayed? About like the Rodens would have felt betrayed by the father of their child and his family, and a family that they had been a part of and hoped to legally be a part of one day, snuck in their houses in the middle of the night and murdered them in their sleep in cowardly fashion? Does it feel a bit like a betrayal of that level? Because I hope it fucking does. So anyway, I want to take a minute, now that I have let my feelings out for the day. I do want to take a minute to make sure that in the midst of all this, we don't lose sight of who we are talking about. We are not just talking about the Wagners. We are talking about members of the Roden family. The Roden family, all 8 members that were lost. And not only the 8 members that were lost, the ones that remain, to clean up the mess and to move on. And these poor, poor children that are now getting old enough to understand what happened to their mothers or their fathers. And it's fucking sad. So let's not forget about that. Let's not forget about these people, and let's remember them.